I haven't tried a setting with an all-knowing deity because that like stresses me out a little bit.
Well, I have done it. It's just it didn't appear that way to the players because
Gotcha.
I guess I can probably tell y'all guys because I'm never going to play in that setting again because of how my mind has matured it. I don't know that I could go back to Sasnakra, which is the planet that I made up.
Okay.
So I guess this would be the only time I could say it. So whoever's watching the bloopers, you get to know. The universe that Sasnakra exists in fact, it was connected to, because Pathfinder deities existed there and stuff like that. The Azathoth of that universe, the dreamer, the idiot god, actually wasn't an idiot. It was asleep. This all was a dream for him, and it was the personification of that was the Procurer, who, if you go back and you watch our stuff, he's the personification of that consciousness. And Azathoth and all these other things and all these other deities are just manifestations of dreams, thoughts, and all of existence was in the mind of the Procurer. And the Procurer originally was a somewhat of an insert piece for the GM to be able to, for me, the GM, to be able to guide the players and stuff like that. So, but he matured into his own character, and that's what he matured into. So the Procurer is that thing. And I was going to have, in the Broken Universe storyline, I was going to have everybody go after these essences, these things that were concentrated, I guess, energy sources of particular things that held the universe together. And mechanically, they're going to be, and I am going to carry this into my universe that I make next, which will have pieces of this other universe for reasons, because they were tied to each of the abilities in Open Legend, because that's what I was doing it for.
Cool.
So you had might, you had elemental, you had creation. Well, it was creation. You had entropy. All of those had highly concentrated things that existed as anchors. That's what they were called, anchors in the universe. And then you had to have a divine anchor for them, a person with a consciousness to anchor them to make the new reality. And
that's cool.
So I was going to have the players play through this larger campaign, get up to the point where they've collected that, and there was a mimic named Dodi, who was an experiment that was fashioned that literally contained the alteration anchor.
Oh, anchor, nice.
It was the divine anchor for alteration. And so what was going to happen is I would have, in the climax, I would have the players walk in with the current group, and then they would see other things like things fashioned after Greek gods and people serving them come in. Just a party, and all different parties come in to this central place where the Procurer where there was a person sitting chained to a chair with light shining down from the top and huge change piercing into them. And to get to this place, they had to travel through Azathoth, go inside that fleshy mass, and it eventually became more and more like a catacomb, and then more and more like a stone pathways and city, under a city. And eventually we get to that room. And the Procurer, as he appeared, was always in a green robe with a little leaf brooch, and was never rememberable. You couldn't remember him after you've seen him. And he would say, "Here I am sleeping, but I'm waking up. I don't want to forget my dreams. And Dodie, because he was alteration, would be able to house. He was literally alteration personified. He would house all of those that were willing to go to the next universe. And the thoughts and the desire and the things that they knew and the things of that would be remembered when Dodie was opened again in that new universe. And all of the essences had to be put back in there and stuff.
That's cool.
So, but that's never going to happen because that's a long campaign.
That is a long campaign. Oh,
It's great.
do it anyway.
Yeah.
Put it in a book. That's all I could do.
Uh,
I'm teaching myself 3D stuff. I can't do a book right now.
This content was made possible by travelers and viewers like you. Thank you.